In this video, I will share with you guys my first impression of Dark and Light, a game in early access, which is kind of like Ark, but with magic and fantasy creatures. So I'm going to show some gameplay of a few important gameplay mechanics that I believe are pretty cool, and give my opinion on the game so far. But anyways, let's get it. What's going on? I'm Oz99 and I'm back with no slack. If this is your first time here, then subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video. Now, Dark and Light has some major similarities to Ark, so much that Ark players will feel right at home, especially with the interface. But the main game itself feels completely different in a good way. For instance, the leveling and engram system is really refreshing. Like, check this out, guys. Instead of just buying engrams, like when you level up, you have to gather, kill, or craft items that correspond with that specific engram. For example, if you want to unlock the fireball spell engram, then you need to gather sulfur, which is actually need to craft that specific engram in order to contribute to ranking up the fire spell tree. This actually reminds me a lot like Skyrim, using the concept that you learn based on what you do, which keeps the game refreshing, and it's kind of fun. It gives you something to do, and it kind of doesn't restrict you to just learning a certain amount of engrams. You know, you kind of do what you want to learn, and it's a good way to kind of get your basis on learning how to do that specific mechanic, if that makes any sense. But anyways, Dark and Light also has NPCs that you can buy items from, which I haven't really interacted much with, but I'm really curious to see how the NPCs are used, or if they're even useful at all. Actually, if you guys know anything about the NPCs or their purpose, then please leave a comment letting me know in the comment section below. Dark and Light also offers questing. Yes, questing. So this game is low-key considered an MMO in my eyes, if you ask me. Don't kill me in the comments though, but if you add, you know, a little hub, some questing, and people running around with you in the same world, it's kind of like an MMO. I don't know if there's dungeons yet, but if there is, then this game would definitely be considered a survival MMO. But anyways, I played through a few of the early quests, which were basically tutorials on the basics on how a few of the in-game mechanics like cooking, crafting, and combat works, which is a lot more than we got from Ark, and Ark just kind of threw you on an island and told you to go fuck yourself with no tutorial, no how shit works. Like, really. The quests actually have a little voice acting too, which is kind of a small plus, but I kind of feel that eventually the voice acting and the quest will kind of stop after reaching a certain main game point. We kind of all know how survival games works. Eventually, that shit, they can't keep up with that forever. That's basically what I'm saying. But it's really nice when you first start off, especially if you are a solo player, because it's kind of refreshing. You don't feel alone, you know, like you're just talking to yourself and dinos, or the mystical creatures in this case. Okay, I'm on a tangent. Let's get back on track. As far as combat goes, it's a lot like Ark when it comes to the overall feel, you know what I mean? Lag, trying to hope, you know, your shots align with the lag. But boy, it has a lot of versatility with different options. You can use spells, which are super satisfying to use, especially the motherfucking fireball spell. The fireball spell is kind of, it's just really fun to use. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's just whoosh. I'm gonna show a video to kind of let you know, like, it's just satisfying. Sorry about that, I'm kind of just nerding out on y'all, but there's just so many different skills and magic types to use. There's air magic, alchemy, dark magic, earth magic, enchanting, fire magic, which is kind of what I explained with the fireball spells, goblin engineering, haven't even got there yet, light magic, runes, shapeshifter magic, which is a dope ass concept, like the transform into shit, and water magic. I haven't even mentioned the different type of weapon types. And I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I don't really think the melee combat is going to be the bread and butter of this game. It just doesn't seem that fun. Plus, if you kind of played Ark, I know I keep comparing this game to Ark, but it kind of has the same mechanics in it, like the feel at least. Keep it 100. No one really used the damn sword in Ark, so I doubt using swords and spears is going to be kind of a useful thing if you ask me. But I could be wrong. I only played 2 hours of Dark and Light so far, and survival type games, I'm sorry about that, take a lot of time and a lot of gameplay hours to get a good feel for the game. There's also taming in the game, which I haven't got to tame anything yet because I kind of logged off right when I unlocked the taming skill, which I'm kind of excited for because I be seeing dragons flying around and I kind of want to tame me a dragon. But to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much in this game I have yet to experience. So I will be starting a gameplay series on Dark and Light, going over my first experiences, many of the game mechanics. So if you like the game, or you just like the sweet sound of a brother's voice, then subscribe and tune in for the next video. I'm Oz99, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.